Well, my presentation today aimed at presenting the added value of the AIS, which is now a tool which has been in use for a long time, since 2002, which is evolving, which presents challenges, and which needs to be addressed to make sure that it can deploy its full potential. I presented today the results of our research at the European Commission Joint Research Centre, where we carry out applied research on IS, LRIT and other data positioning for ships. And the main conclusions are, first of all, that, as I said, there is a big potential. We have been, for example, collecting data over the Gulf for 1 month before coming to the conference, and what I presented was how many information you can draw from historical data and historical use of the AIS to better understand the situation on the sea, the routes, the traffic, a detailed knowledge of the traffic, and also draw conclusions from this information, the anomaly detection, and information about potential threats. But the main challenge with the AIS are the fact that the channels are going to be overloaded. So this is something that is going to be tackled. It is being tackled as solutions are proposed. But there is still one issue which is remaining, which is still not fully solved, and which is the fact that AIS can be spoofed, can be jammed, and the identity of the signal, the correctness of the signal is not sure. So this is a piece of research we're carrying out at the JRC to identify correctly the AIS. This is done on the basis of triangulation techniques, based on the time of arrival of the ships, and this is something I presented today to see how, with little effort, you can really ensure that the data is correct. Because if you don't check that the data is correct, you cannot be sure that AIS deploys what it can really deploy. We talk to the operational authorities and we try to understand their needs, and when the needs are clear, we translate these needs into solutions. We study the problems and we provide them with solutions. The dialogue between the science and the operational authorities is fundamental, because this is how they can base their decisions, but also drafting their policies on sound scientific results. And it's also how science advances. It's also important to dialogue with the industry for us to have their feedback and to test our systems. So really the dialogue between operational authorities, scientific organizations and industry is fundamental. And this conference today is an excellent example of this dialogue, because the three actors are present, and it's not always the case. In general, research organizations are not invited to these events. We have a lot of authorities, often the industry, and never the research organizations. So I am particularly happy to be here, because it's a unique occasion to present the scientific work and also to pass the message that working with the researchers is really mutually beneficial for the authorities, for the research community and for industry. In general, the authorities with whom we worked have been very generous. They allow us to access their data. Of course, we have to show that we are trustable, but this was easily done. We, for example, receive all the LRIT data of the EU member states. We receive IS data from other authorities, and we give back the results of the research. In Europe, this works very well. They've learned how to appreciate this process, and they actually use it. And another message today from me was, do it also here. Use your research organization, not necessarily us. There are research organizations all over the world. Work with them, because you help them, they can help you.